So we're finally gonna see the tiger on the stand. We almost got this case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testifies is the truth. You mean, you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know, but if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're gonna need. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's standing on end. Hey, that's the Paul on the Kettle Black, little Miss Top Knot. Good, reference the hair, baby. It's not a top knot. For the last time. Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, right? I can't just stand still when I don't have a job to do. I get kind of wound up. No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a job back down to the precinct. I can get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. An hour? That trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprints analysis done in an hour? You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? This Megatama. Check the prints on this bar for us, please. If you're going back to the station anyways, could you find whose prints are on this? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solved the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. Alright, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose this case before I get back. We're gonna have to argue with Evil Phoenix for an hour, Shane.
Oh boy.
This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Yeah, we'll show those real guys. Here we go. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job. No problem. To tamed him? This guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Hello, Evil Shane. Witness, please state your name and...
Oh wait. Oh, I didn't even catch it.
Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there's room for me down there too. What?
What do you say to me?
No, nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest. Who could have guessed that Fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent? The judge.
Okay, but I got business to take care of, you hear me? So, oh my god, he actually roared. So who the hell called me to attend this holiday? Was it you, Spiky?
No, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it. We're doomed.
Maybe you didn't hear me. I said who the hell was it that called me in here?
There's no need to shout. We can all hear you.
What did you say?
There's no point struggling. You're caught in the snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct?
I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy.
You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird?
Maggie who? I'm more important things to do than watch some courtroom dramas.
Of course. Well, perhaps you can give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder.
Phoenix right there. You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You was gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying?
Cool. Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick.
It's pathetic to see you. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year, spent all my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tinder Linda every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just ask via letter.
Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright. It crosses under... What is it? Please, witness, if you can refrain from shouting out like that.
I know they're kind of games that guys in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer, he just punches away at stupid details till he wins.
Wow, why you gotta personally attack me like that, Tigre? The lowlife? Me?
Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000 and you're gonna borrow the cash from me.
It's one long contract I refuse to sign.
And don't think about it's gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger.
I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not... This witness is... How can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You's better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus.
The court will impose a penalty for irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. Oh no. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Come out from under there already, would ya, Maya? Okay. Don't know nothing about no murder. Okay, let's not press that. I was tied out of business December last year. Spent all my time in the office.
Could press that.
Could. Got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tinder every Sunday.
Not worried about that.
You want to check my alibi? I feel that
she's not here, so we can't press.
I think
it's only that.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's go. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know.
Yeah, see these teeth? That's how sharp my security is.
Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini?
We write everything in my scheduler. December. Mainly in the office. That's what it says. So that's where I was.
It seems like a rather, sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What the target did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing the day of the murder. So now what? You gotta press harder, right?
I can do. Yep.
What were you doing the day of the murder? Mr. Tigger.
What did you want?
If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail. This is a dead end, right? And you know it. Remember the rules. No! It's essential that we establish the witness alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too?
Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I'm a neat. I have meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asked you to add that last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself.
But that calendar.
Yeah.
Meeting with the tiger.
What are you talking about? I was in the office too. Never saw the kid before. Aww. What about this thing? Mr. Tigre? You claim you didn't know Mr. Glen Elk. But it appears that Mr. Elk knew you.
What?
Mr. Elk left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glen Elk. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. He's angry.
Not bad. You's actually not bad.
So, sorry?
I was just messing with you to see how good you were.
Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
You just called me a liar. Is that what you're doing?
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You just better believe that's the truth.
Huh. Then I say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh yes, would you mind indulging the court witness? You never actually met with the victim? That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. Alright.
I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Elk. There was some lame guy with that name, though, wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, tender lender. I waited for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never been to that Tribulations joint, yes here?
I see. That all seems perfectly logical. He arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may be getting cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor.
Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going on today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, right?
Alright.
Press
carefully.
press.
Press carefully.
We might not even have to press.
You know
Look
why?
at the evidence.
What are you thinking?
The matches.
Matches? Oh. Online tender lender, I see. Never met Glen
Been
Elk?
there before.
Some link out that name. Saw a meeting. Where I'm from, he never showed. I ain't never been to the Tribulations joint. Ooh,
Is he?
Looks like we gotcha. Objection! Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the Corps about these matches?
Matches? What is you talking about?
We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant.
What?
If you've really never been to Tribune before, what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk?
You've been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me.
Order. Well, witness? Think it's time you start telling us the truth, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm terribly sorry, forgive me.
I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day.
Well, what?
But listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
Well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn out that day. And he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. Gotta get him.
I was supposed to meet with the kid in the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy who laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office.
Oh, damn, what do we do now? I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor.
Hold it. If I wait around any longer, I ain't gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions.
No problem. Anytime Tri presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. But Mr. Godot, that's my job. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir.
Guilty. The special express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since you payin'.
Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Alright.
What's the floor plan? Not the plan, but what's the floor plan of the place again? So he opened the door and seen a ugly scene? Isn't that... Yeah, that's the door in the upper right.
Yep, so he says he opened the door, saw the scene, and he bailed.
He didn't see shit.
Oh, you right. Supposed to meet with the kid in the restaurant. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene.
It's the ugly restaurant.
It was the restaurant. I get the place in hot red coming, so I split. Heard the cops siren on my way out. I went straight back to my office. Alright, floor plans right here, huh?
Yeah.
Objection! We're getting you, evil Phoenix. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre?
No one escapes the tiger's clutches.
Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro myself. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. Oh, damn. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, right? A new line of irrelevant questioning? These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember this, that between each of the tables is a tall partition. Why, that's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. Oh, he's sweating. So, from the entrance of Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him. Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elg, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he has just killed and acted out a charade. That will do. This trial's gone long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was the real killer who impersonated the victim? You
Is
say that
Tigre just like a super disguiser?
it's a super disguiser, maybe, yeah. You say
Like
that.
Spy Family.
Yeah.
Throws on a new face.
Yep. You say that the killer murdered Glenn Elg and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo? In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. Super disguiser Furio Tigre.
The tiger hides in plain sight.
Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness?
Now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. So dare you say it again? Come on, you got the guts?
Yeah, you can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright.
Sounds to me it must be you, old man. You've got the guts, I give you that.
Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. Huh. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. But Mr. Kudo, let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't just see the victim. Oh, no. The servant girl brought him a Javicino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very suspiciously put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee. Very impressive, Mr. Kudo. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. You just fainted in. Huh. Found your pen at last, right? It was in my pocket. Ahem. But anyways, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenn Elg, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright? I think the conclusion's obvious. If this Glenn Elg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed? Well.
Well.
What? Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tender Lender.
You was making a big mistake. Do you know who Viola's grandfather is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you knows what I mean.
Stop shaking, Nick. What? Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, true, there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. And she had a kind of cackling laugh. There are just too many contradictions in this case.
Who's shitting the tiger's pants?
The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. Their earpiece worn by the victim's left ear when their eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposed to listen to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clears up all these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice! Once for real and once for show! And Mr. Firo Tigre, the only person who could have committed this crime, is you! What, witness? Well, what have you got to say?
That's cute.
So sorry?
Yes, alright. I could do with the guys like you around.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna put to charter a jet to my meeting now, but
His transportation's getting more expensive by the second.
I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go.
Something to think about?
You's got it all wrapped up nice, huh, Wright? But you's missed one real important thing.
But that can't be.
I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid, too. But I couldn't have poisoned him. You here? You's here?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Huh. What a troublemaker. A troublemaker? Looks like we're gonna need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim? Alright, here we go.
Yeah, I loaned Elg Cash about $100,000 runes. That day was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his paycheck date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's not got no way to pay up. And I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got really lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. L was $50,000.
Yeah, well, you've got the VIG into the account. Interest builds up fast, you know.
That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got $500,000 just in time. I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case.
His motive? He has to have one, but what is it? Let's see.
Oh, remember, you can't press.
Yep. Loan about $100,000. We do have a little chat. Kid, his payback date.
Yeah.
Tells me he's got no way to pay up.
Right.
But to flatten the guy when he starts screaming.
Makes sense with the next one.
I won $500,000. Got lucky, real lucky.
Yeah.
That waitress hadn't done what she done. Everything would have been over.
What was the waitress done as she done?
Style or
Press
press?
that. Yeah.
Okay. The waitress? You mean?
The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If you ain't got in the way, things would have been bubba bing bada boom. Now done, over and done with.
Maybe I should push a little on this.
Ask how things would have been?
Yeah.
Or...
Well, the question I
Yeah.
have, right, is if the waitress killed him and he won the lottery ticket, why didn't he just take the lottery ticket? Right? Because he left it there.
Then he would have,
Taken
then it
it.
would have been very clear that he murdered him. Well, this would have been just like, he owed me money, so I took it.
Yeah, but he
rather
didn't
than-
take it. That's the question I have, right?
Oh, he figures that'd probably incriminate him even more.
Okay. So should we ask how things would have been?
Yeah.
What do you mean things would have been over and done with?
I said, are you out there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tiger had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said. The Tiger's motive, huh? Alright, new statement.
I was after $100,000. Ain't got no reason to kill the guy.
Okay, this is where evidence is needed, I'm assuming.
Yep. And I'm gonna assume.
No reason to kill the guy.
Are you sure? Because he has a big debt himself.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think it was that bill. The last
Why'd you
last
click that?
bill. Yeah, yep.
This one. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, $1 million. Yeah, payment was due last year. Okay. Objection. So you just intended to get back the $100,000, Mr. El Goju, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right.
Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, $100,000 wasn't enough to cover it, was it?
Huh?
About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery.
Where did you get all this info?
These medical paper documents the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year, and it was paid in full. But $1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone who should sue those HMOs. Huh. No one will pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital will end up as dead as a morgue.
Not in America.
Not in America. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay. Because his very life depended on it. That's his no scream. Grah! Order. You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright? Indeed it did. Simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Did you say Cadaverini? Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Buh! Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire that $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glen Elk's life to pay your debt. Order, order, order! What do you say to that, witness? It's a nice little fairy tale, try. But even if the witness did need $1 million, that doesn't tie him to Mr. Elk's murder. Mr. Elk only owed him $100,000 and had no hope of repaying it anyways.
Yeah, that guy's ain't worth my spit.
I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true. The opposite? Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But, in this case, the very fact that Glenn had no way to repay the money is crucial. What? Do you know where you're going with this, Nick? You gotta think outside the box, Maya. Outside the box? It's very straightforward. Mr. Tigre wasn't after the $100,000 at all. It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? What exactly was Mr. Tigre after? The CD, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, millions of dollars. Yeah, that would
millions.
just take care of everything.
Glenell was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill wasn't the collateral Mr. L put up with in order to borrow the money. Care to explain how skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, trust? He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did. A virus known as MC Bomber. A computer virus? What does one of those do? A computer virus is like a program that wreaks havoc on the inside of the computer. A computer? What does one of those do? I guess the beard isn't the only part of his art that's from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Mr. Tigre, you couldn't have cared less about the $100,000, isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenell had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win. Exactly, at the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glenn Elk and then made his next move to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Trigger poses as Glenn Elk, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo. Like I said, Troy, that's crazy. No one will pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef would have been kept in the dark about it. But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Mr. Godot, more like Mr. Forgot.
Order, order, silence, or clear.
Yous put on a good show, Spikey. If yous want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid created a witness and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shit. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that.
I agree.
You do?
Despite your appearance, you're very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. What? Another one, Mr. Wright? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Wright? What was this trick you say, Mr. Tigre, you performed to frame the accused? The bottle?
What about the bag?
What did he do to frame Maggie? That's why I'm assuming it was the bottle because it had her fingerprints on it.
Or wait, the badge? Pretended to be a lawyer?
What was the trick you say you performed to frame the accused? Oh, pretend to be a lawyer, yeah. There's a lot, multiple answers.
Yeah.
What's trick?
Try that.
Okay, yeah, try that. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
Your Honor, I was using mine.
Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim of the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. Got him. But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although...
Oh no.
I can see the resemblance now that I take a second look. Now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I've ever seen in my life. Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Well,
Hey. Forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh?
Have you no pride, sir?
Pride is for lions.
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court, we deal with people's lives. Mr. Godot's right. Your Honor? Speaking for myself, I'm absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand out a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by memory without evidence to support it. No! If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. But we've come so far. You say he impersonated Glenn. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Nah!
Oh.
Huh.
Yes, I'm number one. to meet you, Wright.
Sucks to suck.
Don't mess with the tiger or you get mauled. You's got that.
And now you have to take your teleportation portal to your meeting. It's gonna be a very hefty fee.
I have to take the warp train to get to my meeting.
All we managed to do here is chase him around a bit. I was so close to getting to him in his own guild. Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence and maybe I can get Maggie off the hook. This witness cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Tigre. Your Honor, sir. Wait!
New CG just dropped.
New CG! The detective! Dr. Gumshoe! Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. What is it, detective? Is it an obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. What? Ooh, crazy. We're outside? Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. The results? About the prince, pal. From this medicine bottle. Oh, so, do you know who the prince belongs to now? Do you think I'm some sort of hack detective? Of course I know. So, tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it. Yeah. You bet. Clear as crystal all over the bottle. They're Furious Tiger's paw prints, alright. That's great. We got him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now. Huh? What? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glen Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on the bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now. I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This is our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective Gumshoe? My Maggie. You've been working on something for me? Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now. Dr. Gumshoe, wait! He's gone. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I can use it. Well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I granted you a recess so you can prepare this decisive evidence you discovered. Yeah. Will keep us all in suspense, right? Show us. Naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste.
Not much more of my time I use gonna waste. I ain't got no coat before. I'll be no coat before. But you lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright. Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. But maybe if he thinks he got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final, decisive piece of evidence to the court. Man, we're really ad-libbing this small bottle, huh?
Yep.
This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's... Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belong to you, Mr. Tigray.
What?
But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Everyone here knows what this box contains. Except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark.
My prints are on that pansy-looking bottle? Is that what you saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway?
A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Ooh, it's our turn to lie. Mr. Tigray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains... poison, isn't it?
Yeah. Potassium chloride. Cyanide.
This bottle contains potassium cyanide. But potassium cyanide? The poison used to murder Mr. Elg, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigray, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that?
You'd make a good clown, you know that?
What?
Yous ain't never gonna get me to stick. Yous just making me laugh now. Yous think a cheap bluff like that ain't good. That's gonna fool the tiger.
A bluff?
I can see through you, Phoenix, right?
Yeah, maybe lying to the con artist was not a good idea.
Lion, but he's the tiger.
Shut up, Shane.
That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it.
No, this is the bottle we found traces of the poison in.
Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown, and it was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash ain't looking nothing like it.
Got him. At last.
Whoa, what? Why has everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle.
Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle with the cyanide in it. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't think that crazy looking sweet fool, you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell them, Mr. Prosecutor, tell that guy where to go.
Still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I say?
You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. It really had nothing to do with the murder. You shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison.
You don't know who's you messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me?
Sure, that last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial of a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all.
Wow, yappy, wow, rah, wow.
Oh my god. He turned off the lights. He did
Nope,
turn off
he
the
did.
lights. What's going on? It looks like a blackout. Well done. Tried. The red bison in the darkness, baby. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
Oh,
Savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey.
the tiger just stopped thinking.
Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe. And if this one hollers, he won't be let go. I can't believe you guys did use this line. Now then, how things go, Mr. Tiger and Mr. Godot? He's been arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glenelle, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for the one slip of the tongue. Furio Tiger is a truly frightening criminal. Huh. That truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Godot. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. Woo! Confetti!
Not guilty. Huh?
That is all. This court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. But now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Got that gumshoe. Oh, I guess I'll be out here off then. See you, pal. Well, wait. Tate gumshoe. Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie. Thanks. I knew you were innocent all along. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then? Huh? Oh, well, I was... Well, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around. Oh, wait up, detective. He just ran off. Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Dr. Gumshoe was just running around in circles. Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie. You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all this. I want to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it. I gotta prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Here, you can have this fake badge. It's of no use to me no longer. Here's some food. Take that! Throws it at her face.
Now eat it.
Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. You say you lost weight, and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know? Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good. Maya just look at her like, I wish I had some of that. So the case of phony comes to an end. The false allegations surrounding Maggie has all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. The end.
And woo.
Episode 4. Edgeworth is in this game? Holy shit.
Ooh.
I thought he wasn't. Crazy. Hey, we get an Edgeworth episode, baby.
Hell yeah.
For next time.